Picture a single speck of pollen drifting through the air, or a peanut sitting on a kitchen counter, or an ordinary bee going about its day. For millions of people, these things are entirely harmless background noise. But for one person in the room, the body has quietly evaluated that harmless object, logged it into its memory, and labeled it a lethal enemy. The next time that pollen or peanut appears, the response will be an instant, full-body emergency. Watching a person's skin flush or their throat tighten, it is easy to assume their body is fragile or somehow broken. In reality, what you are watching is one of the most precise, powerful defense networks in nature. The hardware is performing exactly as it was designed. It has simply locked on to the wrong target. We are witnessing an elite biological defense mechanism executing a catastrophic mistake. The strangest part of this mistake is how it begins. Think about a child eating a cashew for the very first time. They swallow it, walk away, and feel completely fine. There is no rash, no swelling, and no sneeze. Normally, scout cells show food to peacekeeper cells, issuing a green stand-down signal. But if irritated, the scout bypasses peacekeepers, connecting with a commander cell instead. This triggers biological factories to mass-produce IgE antibodies, Y-shaped sensors, designed to recognize that exact harmless protein. The first exposure feels like nothing, because the body is focused entirely on silently building the bomb. The trap is perfectly set, and the host has no idea. The danger arrives months or years later, during the reunion. You eat that food or breathe that pollen a second time. The manufactured IgE antibodies now coat specialized guard cells called mast cells, which are packed with dense chemical payloads. When the trigger protein floods in, a single molecule docks simultaneously into two adjacent Y-shaped antibodies, pulling them together. Instantly, the mast cell detonates, expelling histamine. Histamine tells your blood vessels to widen and leak. Fluid pours out of the bloodstream and into the tissue, causing the redness, the swelling, and the raised, itchy welts of hives. When mast cells all over the body fire together, we see the systemic cascade of anaphylaxis. Blood vessels everywhere leak at once, causing blood pressure to crash, while the airways squeeze tight, making it nearly impossible to breathe. These symptoms all stem from the coordinated firing of your own internal weapons. Why would an elite biological system draw a sword against a harmless flower or a peanut? The immune system is not born knowing what is dangerous. It is a learning computer that must be taught through physical contact with the world. Scientists have found that the route of entry changes the lesson. On the left, exposure through a healthy gut teaches tolerance. On the right, when that same protein slips through dry, cracked skin, the immune system is far more likely to treat it as a threat and build those IgE weapons. In our modern world, we are seeing more of these wrong door entries. Everything from indoor pollutants to harsh chemicals can weaken the skin barrier, while our hyper-clean environments may deprive the young immune system of the microbial practice it needs to stay calm. The rise of allergic disease is a complex puzzle, but at its center is a biological guardian that is increasingly learning the wrong lessons from its environment. This brings us back to the reality of carrying an autoinjector or carefully reading the warning labels on a package before taking a single bite. These actions represent the careful management of a guardian that loves its own host a little too fiercely. It is a system swinging at a shadow. Understanding the exact biological mechanics of how this alarm is set and triggered is the first step towards stripping away the fear of the condition.